If you're a Dodgers fan, you're going to want to hear this, because what just happened could quietly become one of the most important moves of the season. So make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you want daily breaking Dodgers news, because this one is going to shake up the entire infield, and it's not just about the bat, it's about defense, versatility, and long-term impact. Yes, we're talking about the arrival of Ryan McMahon, and how this quiet acquisition might just become the defensive glue the Dodgers have been missing. Now let's start with what makes this move so interesting. Ryan McMahon isn't a flashy name like Mookie Betts or Freddie Freeman. He's not going to light up the highlight reels every single night. But what he brings to the Dodgers is a rare and extremely valuable mix of elite glove work, infield flexibility, and leadership by example. This is a player who has been grinding it out in Colorado with the Rockies, doing all the little things that don't always show up on the stat sheet. But baseball insiders know, if you're building a championship-caliber team, Ryan McMahon is the kind of player you want in the trenches. So what exactly are the Dodgers getting here? Let's break it down. First of all, McMahon is known league-wide for his incredible defensive range at third base and second base. He's not just good, he's top tier. Last season, he ranked among the best in the National League in defensive runs saved at the hot corner. He's got a cannon for an arm, silky smooth hands, and the kind of baseball IQ that can't be taught. In other words, he turns tough plays into routine outs, and that has ripple effects throughout the game. Whether it's snagging a laser down the line or starting a double play on a screamer, he brings consistency to the infield that the Dodgers have occasionally lacked. And here's where things get really interesting. McMahon's arrival allows Dave Roberts to rotate players more freely, especially with the injury uncertainty surrounding Max Muncy and the workload on veterans like Mookie Betts. Imagine the flexibility this gives L.A. You can shift Betts back to the outfield when needed, give Muncy a breather, and keep the lineup strong without sacrificing defense. This is chess, not checkers, and Andrew Friedman just made a move that could pay huge dividends in October. But it's not just the glove. Don't sleep on McMahon's bat either. While he may not be an all-star slugger, he's consistently put up solid power numbers, especially when you consider he's been playing at Coors Field. Now yes, that ballpark inflates stats, but McMahon has shown he can hit both righties and lefties, and when he connects, the ball jumps. He's not afraid of the big moment either, having come through in clutch situations multiple times for the Rockies. That kind of poise and experience is invaluable in a clubhouse that's hungry for another World Series ring. Now let's talk about the vibe in the clubhouse. Several Dodgers players have already spoken off the record about how impressed they are with McMahon's work ethic. This is a guy who shows up early, leaves late, and treats every game like it matters. He's not going to be the loudest voice in the room, but he leads with his actions, and when younger players see that kind of dedication, it sets a standard. It's contagious. And for a team with big personalities and massive expectations, having a player like McMahon to help steady the ship is absolutely critical. There's also the matter of team chemistry. Sometimes when you bring in new talent, there's a risk that it disrupts the dynamic. Not here. McMahon fits like a glove, no pun intended. His personality meshes perfectly with the existing leadership group, and early reports suggest he's already building a great rapport with guys like Freeman and Betts. That kind of instant chemistry doesn't always happen, and it's another reason this trade is flying under the radar but could become a major storyline down the stretch. And let's not overlook the impact this move could have on the pitching staff. Think about it: when your infield defense improves, pitchers start to pitch with more confidence. They know they don't have to strike everybody out. They can pitch to contact, knowing there's a vacuum cleaner waiting on the left side of the infield. That changes the entire dynamic of a game. It leads to lower pitch counts, deeper outings, and ultimately, fewer runs on the board. This isn't just about one player, it's a ripple effect that could touch every part of the team. Speaking of pitchers, the Dodgers' rotation has been dealing with its fair share of ups and downs this year, between injuries and inconsistent performances. With McMahon in the lineup, that stress is slightly eased. Imagine having a Gold Glove caliber player saving runs every night. How many games turn on a single defensive play? Now L.A. has another difference maker in their corner. That's the kind of edge that helps you win tight playoff games. So why did the Rockies part ways with McMahon? According to insiders, it came down to timing and direction. Colorado is in full rebuild mode, and while McMahon was a fan favorite, they knew they could get a solid return for him while clearing room for younger talent. For the Dodgers, it was the perfect opening. They swooped in, made a clean deal, and walked away with a player who could make a postseason impact from day one. And let's not forget the playoff implications here. Come October, the game slows down. Runs are harder to come by, mistakes get magnified, and defense becomes everything. You want players who don't flinch under pressure. Ryan McMahon has the tools, the mindset, and the maturity to thrive in those moments. He's not going to be overwhelmed by the bright lights or the roaring crowd. In fact, he might just feed off of it. Another huge bonus here? The Dodgers didn't have to give up any of their top-tier prospects to make this happen. They protected the future while reinforcing the present. That's how smart teams, when they don't mortgage the farm, they build sustainably. Andrew Friedman deserves major credit for pulling off a move like this without shaking the foundation of the farm system. It shows confidence, foresight, and a deep understanding of what this roster needs. Now let's dive into fan reactions. The moment this trade hit the wire, Dodgers Twitter exploded. Some fans were skeptical at first, asking, "Why McMahon? What's the upside?" But once the full picture emerged, his defensive value, his versatility, his durability, the tone shifted fast. Analysts and fans alike began realizing that this could be one of the sneakiest good moves of the entire MLB season. Not every trade has to be loud to be effective, and this one. It speaks volumes in the quietest way possible. And here's a stat to chew on. In his last full season, McMahon finished with more defensive runs saved than some of the league's most hyped infielders. That's not just good, it's elite. He doesn't get enough credit for the number of runs he prevents. And in a game where every run matters, especially in October, that's priceless. Now let's talk role. Where does he fit? With Muncy recovering and the team constantly juggling pieces, McMahon gives the Dodgers something they've been craving: stability. He can slot in at third, second, or even serve as a late-inning defensive replacement if the situation calls for it. That gives Dave Roberts a Swiss Army knife in the infield, something every manager dreams of when the playoffs roll around. And here's a bold prediction: don't be surprised if McMahon becomes a fan favorite by the end of the season. He's not flashy, but he's gritty. He's the type of player L.A. fans love: tough, reliable, and all about the team. You're going to see jerseys with his name pop up in the stands. You're going to hear his name in chants when he makes a diving play to save a run. It's coming. We're not saying Ryan McMahon is going to win MVP. That's not what this is about. But he might just be the missing piece. The steady hand. The unsung hero. The kind of guy who doesn't need the spotlight, but when the moment comes, he delivers. So what do you think, Dodgers Nation? Is Ryan McMahon the secret weapon L.A. has been waiting for? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you haven't already, hit that like button and subscribe for more breaking Dodgers news, trade rumors, and insider analysis. This team is chasing greatness, and every move counts. We'll be tracking it all right here. Because sometimes, the biggest game changers aren't the ones with the biggest headlines, they're the ones who do their job so well, you barely notice until it matters most. And Ryan McMahon? He might just be that guy. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Go Dodgers!